Welcome to the
Okay.
Hospitality Divas by Raj Hospitality in association with H&M, the hospitality marketing service company from Delhi, Wanderlust, the leading hospitality travel magazine from Delhi. This is a show exclusively for the South Asian women from the hospitality industry. Welcome to the show, Monaji.
Thank you very much, Raj. Lovely to be here with you.
Welcome, Geetaji. Geetaji is my
Thank you
co-host
so
of the
much.
day, so thank you very much for being there, Geetaji, today.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
Welcome to the show, Mona ma'am.
Thanks, Geeta. Good to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
For all the viewers, I just would like to have a small brief about Monaji. Indian Vistas was established in 2008. The aim was to provide traveler to India the highest standard in luxury travel arrangements. Indian Vistas is owned and run by Mona Kapoorji and Sanjay Kapoorji with 25 years of experience in varied aspects of travel like airline sales, CRS sales, and most recently 15 years creating the finest travel itineraries. Monaji brings to the organization a spectrum of experience, strong relationship, and a passion for showcasing the best of India and the subcontinent. A people's person with a zeal for travel in India and a keen eye for quality, Mona will ensure a fantastic experience for every guest every time. What Monaji says, every trip to India should be a life enriching experience, and we at Indian Vistas work hard to ensure this for every guest. No detail is too small and no request is too large for us. With intense passion for creating experimental vacations and backed by the professionals, efficient team. Once again, welcome to the show, Monaji. So
Thank you.
that's a bit about Monaji and her company. I'm so happy that a person like Monaji with so much of experience is with us on this wonderful show. So just starting with a small questions to you. How do you see yourself grow with your experience in achieving success, overcoming the obstacles coming your way? Tell us about the inspirational story of Miss Mona Kapoor.
So I started in the travel industry almost 30 years ago. And I started in airline sales and then went into CRS sales and operations. This is the time when Galileo and Amadeus, these companies were just coming into the country. So I worked with Galileo and I was part of the team that launched the product in India. So those were very exciting times. And, there were so many new things happening in the travel industry. Soon after that, I went on a sabbatical. This is when we were growing our family. And then once I was ready to come back to work, that is when I came back into the inbound space. So for some years, I worked with two companies, both excellent brand names in the marketplace. And I learned a lot. And I found that this is an aspect of travel that I've really enjoyed, because people are coming to India. India is on the wish list of people, all their lives. From the time they're young people, they have this thing that, oh, I must travel to India. And once they're here, there is so much that we can do to make sure that they have an amazing trip, make sure that they go back with great memories and they want to come back again. And we make repeat clients out of that. So I found that this is something I really enjoyed. Worked with these two companies for some years, learned a lot because, like I said, they were both great companies to work with. And then eventually I realized that, I would like to do this on my own because firstly, I had learned enough. I, had met people, created a network. And I also realized that I wanted to do it a little differently. Because when you're working with a larger company, you are bound by rules, regulations, certain ways of functioning. But I wanted to do it more personally. I wanted to do it, I thought, better. And that's when I realized that, okay, it's time to go out on my own. And my husband has always been in the bank. You just go out and do it. And, I'm sure there's no way that you won't make a success of it. So that is when I started Indian Vistas in 2008. And I think it's been a wonderful journey. And, you work with wonderful people, you meet wonderful people, clients become friends, your partners become. So yeah, and now it's been over 11 years since we started the company, and we've created an excellent base of clientele, and clients who think like us, like-minded people, because right from day one the idea was never to be large, and numbers was never the thing in my mind. It was always quality. It was always to provide an excellent experience for people coming into the country. So yes, that's what drove me, and yes, and here we are today.
That's so interesting.
Very
Uh,
inspirational.
yeah.
Yes, Geeta.
For years, Monaji, for years, hospitality industry experts and analysts have talked about the glass ceiling that has prevented women in the field from ascending to the upper ranks of supervisory and managerial position. This has been done to an extent that the same conditions prevails in virtually every industry. What is your take on it?
Well, yes, traditionally, historically, that has always been the case. Women, because they were always seen as, the homemakers, and even when they wanted to go out into the business environment, they didn't have it so easy. And men were used to being in charge at the workplace. But things have changed so drastically. So, like I said, when I started working 30 years ago, there were not so many women in managerial, supervisory, and senior management positions. But have changed, and things are changing. As we talk, things are changing. I mean, at that point of time, you could literally count on one hand the number of women who were in senior positions, be it in hotels or airlines, which is what I was more involved in those days. Literally, I mean, I remember United Airlines and American Airlines were maybe the only two airline companies that were run by women in India. Everywhere else, men were in charge. But over the years, things have changed. Today, we have so many hotels that are run by ladies. There are airlines that are run by women. And, I think organizations have realized that they cannot ignore the female workforce, because women are hardworking. Women have extreme loyalty to their work. They will, to an extent, put their personal requirements aside, when they're working, and make sure that they do a really good job. And they will not stop until they are satisfied with what they have done. And that is those are amazing qualities to have in your team. And nobody, any big company, small company, nobody can ignore that. So over the years, things have changed hugely. So that glass ceiling has huge cracks in it. And I think, and it's a work in progress. I mean, Geeta, look at you. You've made established such a wonderful business of your own. And there are women all around us who are so inspirational. And there's no way they can be ignored. And that glass ceiling is cracking. And I think by the time our daughters are in the workplace and, in senior positions, it would have completely broken down.
Any particular inspiration in terms of like in your career, any female, would you like to take the name at that time of your career?
At that time. So at that time, United Airlines was run by a lady, Seema Luthra. Okay. And she was always, extremely passionate about her work, did extremely well for herself, and was the kind who was always, very, very interactive and helpful to the younger people around her. And so she's one person who definitely comes to mind. And I believe that women in senior positions are they're very supportive of each other. So I can count in today, since I started the business, of course, having the home environment of a supportive husband is how it started out. But there are so many women around us in the business who gave complete support. And, without them, it would have been much more difficult. So I believe that women are wonderful in that way, that they support each other.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
There's a saying, go ahead, tell me that I'm not good enough. Tell me I can't do it, because I will show you over and over that I can. Do you think this quote suits you? If so, how?
Well, yes, I'm sure every woman, during her work, tenure, career, however long it has been, young or older, I think every woman would have had an experience in something like that. But when I gave up my job and decided that okay, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want, this is how I want to go about it. Now. I did not have any major monetary backing. It was starting out something that you felt passionately about in the hope of growing it. So I actually started working out of our family room at home. So where in the evenings the kids would be watching TV and maybe eating dinner, but during the day it was my office. And right from day one, the vision was very clear that it has to be luxury. So somebody might have said that really you want to do luxury business and you're starting out of your house. But when you believe very passionately about what you're doing, I don't think there's anything that can stop you. So I knew that this is what I want to do. So even at that point of time when the business started, I mean, obviously we were paid sales calls by hotels because we are potential providers, business associates. So whether it was the Aman hotels, whether it was the Oberoi, the Taj, every big name, they came visited us in my house, and it was initially for the first year, it was just me and one other person. So we were two people, but everybody came and met us because they saw us as serious, serious business partners. And yeah, so, however small you might start out, there's nothing that cannot be done. So, Raj, the quote that you said, yes, I believe that there's nothing that we cannot do. And then, as we grew, started building a base of clients. And fortunately, the way we worked at it, all our clients are organically created. So there's nobody that, we've gone to and said, oh, so-and-so is giving you X amount, I'll give you 10% lower, you come work with me. Because I just saw that there are so many people all over the world, so many travel companies who want to work, you want to send clients to India. But they haven't found the right partner. They're not sure how to go about it, and so we've grown all our business organically. And so one of the companies that we started working with pretty much in the beginning, they said they would work with us, but they realized that we were small and just starting out. They gave us 50% of their business, and we were thrilled with that also. And within the next 2 or 3 years, we became their sole DMC because they saw that the kind of attention and the kind of service they were getting from us was better than what they were getting anywhere else. And we got their entire business. So there's nothing that, we can't do. Absolutely. Everything is possible when you put your mind to it.
Good, good. Geetaji?
Yeah. Although women have come a long way in the workplace, men continue to hold most leadership roles. However, the unique culture and history that defines the hospitality industry have made the prospect of change particularly changing. How do you perceive this?
Uh, these are, like I said, it's something that is happening as we speak. So yes, initially, it was more difficult for women. It was challenging, but as we are moving ahead, things are becoming. Um, Women have, there's supportive families at home. People want their. I mean, I don't think my husband would be happy if I was sitting at home and just doing stuff that was not constructive in some way. So I think people want women to be in the workplace, and business houses do not want to miss out on that potential of women. So the challenge is decreasing every day, as we go along, and it is. Yes, men are still, there are more men in working per se in any industry. So, and our industry also. So hence there are more men in leadership roles. But, there are more and more ladies coming into the workplace, more ladies coming into leadership roles. So I think that's changing very fast. And, every few years there is a difference in that.
You've already answered this question, but still I ask: This contribution of women in the business world has increased in recent years, and in the hospitality industry, their representation in top management positions has made women's status more prominent. Do you accept this?
Yes, absolutely. Because as there are more women, as there are more women coming into senior positions, and like I said, women supporting each other. So yes, it is becoming, women's positions are becoming more prominent, and you know, uh, they're leaving everything at home and coming into the workplace. They're coming with a very focused mindset to do well, and they're making sure that nothing stands in the way. And so yeah, as we go along, it's becoming easier for women, and women are making sure that their path is getting cleaned up, and they're doing better for themselves. And of course, the support of family, etc., of the men around is there, but women are working very hard at it and to make sure that they do well in the workplace.
Perfect, perfect. Kitaji?
Okay, so various social, cultural, and economic factors influence the positions women occupy in both in society and workplace. Do you think the hospitality and tourism industry aims to lift the acceptance of women in business and raise the profile of women in the industry?
Yes, I think the industry certainly does, because as more and more women are coming into coming into business, becoming part of various trade bodies, women are not scared to use their voice. Women are not scared to voice what they feel, what they think is wrong, and talk about it. And I think the industry as a whole sees the positives of that, and they are definitely making sure that they also support women to come up. So many ladies are invited to be part of trade bodies, because they provide a different perspective, they bring in a different kind of energy, they look at things from a different point of view, which historically might not have been looked at. And all that is really important in the way business is run, in the way interactions run today. So most certainly, I think women do have support of the business, of businesses to do what they need to do.
I think wonderfully said. Can you highlight reasons for more women professionals in the hospitality industry, and what skills do you think can help women professionals to grow in the industry? What you want to say today's generation of young women in the industry?
So talking about hospitality, as whether it is hotels, whether it is DMCs like us, where you need to curate every itinerary, because the business like what we run, it's not a standard one size fits all for every client of ours. It's very personalized, it is highly curated, so every client has a different requirement. So to be able to look at every point of view uh, of of the itinerary, where the client should be visiting, where he should be eating, what he should be doing, what will resonate with a client, what does he really want to do. You know, People might be of a similar strata of society, but their requirement when they come for a holiday to India might be completely different. Somebody might want to, just go into big cities and look at very typical things. Somebody might really want to go into the smaller towns, really get to feel the real India. So to understand what the client wants, to really try and get the true drift of what the client requires, it is you need to be very, very involved. And I believe that women have that potential, to take care of clients, to make sure that everything works perfectly. That management, I think that is an inherent nature of women, to take care of people and to make sure that they are happy with what they're doing, make them feel taken care of, and safe, especially safe in India today, in so many parts of the world, but more so in India, because a lot of people travel here worried about safety. So I think women have that ability to take care of, pre-tour in terms of creating and curating the itineraries, and during the tour to make sure that people are taken care of, and to make sure everything goes well. So women have that inherent feel, and I think so the hospitality industry needs more and more women, young girls today, who grow who will grow the businesses, who will grow themselves, and make our business and our industry a better place to be in, and put India up there on the tourism map even more than what it is today. We need people who are really passionate about what they're doing, and I believe women bring that passion into their work. So yes.
If you want to give one or two suggestions to the younger generation today, the women in the industry, what kind of 2 or 3 words you would like to say to them to focus?
When you're talking to clients, listen very carefully to what they want, what they require, because everybody is different. Everybody has a while on holiday. So listen very carefully, and do what you promise them. So if you say that, yes, this will be available for you when you come, make sure that it's there, because because your client will remember. And even small things. I mean, if because I've traveled with groups and with clients over the years. So somebody asks a question, if you don't know the answer, have no shame in saying, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what this is, but I will get back to you. But make sure you get back, because the client will remember. You might forget. So make sure that you get back. So if you just do things with honesty and with passion, and there's no way that you can go wrong. So yes, and those are the, the smaller things. The bigger things, getting the right rates and getting all that is part of the bigger picture, and it will happen. But take care of the smaller things, because that is what will set you apart from your peers, and create a positive note for you in the client's mind.
Super, very, very beautiful, very beautifully said. Yes, Geeta.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. This interview has indeed been really interesting and extremely engaging. From your really beautiful journey to your insightful role of women in the industry, echoes in your hard work and the ideas on which your company stands today. Thank you so much for having a little chat with us.
Great talking.
Thank you so much.
Great talking to you, Monaji. Thank you very much for being in the Hospitality Divas show. And I think the interview was very simple and very classy. The answers were...
And very crisp.
Yeah, it was very touchy answers, and I'm sure the younger generation will take it along, take it lot of messages from this interview. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on your show. It's been lovely to chat with both of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Geeta ji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.